Hey, before we start, just a quick plug to my Twitch channel where I'm a lot more active these days. I'm live Friday through Monday, so swing on by just to say hi, and you'll see some fun stuff. Sorry, I'm gonna try not to thirst over the NPCs too much, but like, goddamn, hell, I literally played this entire game over there, so be sure to give that a look. Boy, you think that one of the most popular series on my channel, the thing that kind of gave me a little bit of reputation to begin with, you think I would have gotten to the sequels a lot sooner, but as you can clearly see, there's been some deviations in that idea, so that did not turn out to be the case. But I think in some respects, this is like, I don't know, some sort of like nice closure or something, a good amount of like buffer room from when I did Ultimate Ninja 3 to 4. So this will be very interesting. All right, what's up guys, Bob here, welcome back to Let's Play, well, no, I keep doing that. Welcome to Let's Play Naruto Ultimate Ninja 4. And if you doubt me, yeah, no, for realsies, we're doing Ultimate Ninja 4 today. I actually have the game. Right, so to clear the air again before we get too deep into this, let me just make sure you guys are aware, yeah, this is emulated. I've long since migrated to the PS2 emulator for recording purposes because A, quality, and B, ease of access. Started back on the PS2 game for the Berserk game. Honestly, PSX2 has been like a pretty good emulator for me outside of like the technical issues. For example, you can probably see the jittering here. That's interlacing. I bet some of you are probably too young to know what interlacing really is. Be glad for that. It is the absolute worst for us boomers. Holy shit. So Naruto Ultimate Ninja 4, this is a very interesting game, partly because of the fact that we are making the transition to Shippuden now. Now, of course, if you watch me regularly, ignore the fact that I've already done Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, and way in the past, I already did Storm Generations. I'm probably going to redo that game, honestly. So this is a bit of an interesting turning point, actually, because Ultimate Ninja 4 is the first big leap for Naruto into Shippuden, or at least like for Cyber Connect 2, because interesting thing about this game, came out after Ultimate Ninja Storm, but before Storm 2 did. I actually think this game might have beaten Storm 2 by about a year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like 2009, and then Storm 2 was like 2010. Yeah, because Generations was 2011. That adds up, actually. So because of that, there's some interesting funk about this game. First of all, yeah, Cyber Connect 2. I don't remember if they did the original trilogy for Ultimate Ninja. They might have. I just don't know offhand because, again, it has been a very, very long time since I did that game. Or those games. Like, half a decade now? Oh my god, half a decade. I am getting ancient. Jesus Christ. But conversely, it also took half a decade for me to be decent at talking. So, take what you can get. Anyway, yeah, about to jump to Shippuden. So, as a result, this is still very, very early Shippuden. Like, Bob, how the hell did they make a Naruto game that covers the story if we're so shallow into Shippuden? Do you want to know how shallow this is? Okay. I'd be willing to bet the majority of you have probably not played Ultimate Ninja 4. If you're watching this video because of it's a Let's Play, you probably want an idea of what this game is like, right? Probably like you're a migrant from Globku's channel, or you've been here for a long time and you watch stuff through me. Ultimate Ninja 4 stops at the first Itachi fight in Shippuden, when Naruto and Kakashi actually fight him, but it doesn't even do the actual ending. We will get to that. And yeah, so as a result, it's literally, no matter how much you pad out, it is literally impossible to make a decent like 5 to 10 hour game out of just the events from Naruto coming back to fighting Itachi. So what does this game present? It presents, wildly, one of the very few instances where we have content for the time skip from when Naruto leaves with Jiraiya to him coming back. Now, it might sound very unimpressive, and frankly, if you, God forbid, have slogged through the Naruto Shippuden filler hellhole, then maybe there's a couple of instances where this actually is not the case. I could be wrong. I'm willing to be wrong in this regard. But to my knowledge, this is the only content I have ever seen for the series that covers Naruto's training with Jiraiya. The only bit. We could have had so many other things, like adventures outside the village, maybe wandering around the Land of Wind, Land of Rivers. Probably Land of Rivers, if I'm not mistaken, would probably be like a big one for them, honestly. But nah, there's just fucking, I don't know. This is the only time we do that. It's with a bit of a hindsight. I realize more and more how much Kishimoto really set himself to be knocked down, if you know what I mean. Like, there are so many characters that are fleshed out, so many like world building techniques that were used for Naruto during its time period that it really wasn't possible to have both a fleshed out world with full character arcs for all the other Genin and to focus on Naruto with his growth against the Akatsuki. Does anyone else get that feeling? I kind of get that feeling more and more. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling now. Let's just go ahead and pop the disc in. Let me actually show you how I do that since, emulator and all. Let's go over here. ISO selector, ignore these other games. I may or may not do them, who knows. Also, seriously, follow me on Twitch because there's some wild shit we cover. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop the ISO in, swap disk, and bada bing, bada boom. Game comes up. It's really that easy. This is outside of the technical problems for a lot of individual PS2 games. The PS2 emulator is really rock solid. It can run on borderline a toaster. Like I used to run on my old tower, which had like a freaking GTX 750 Ti, which is like low specs and low power. So yeah, if I can make that work, you can make borderline anything work, seriously. Okay, and also I want to stress this now. The emulator has some technical issues. If you're wondering what I mean, I've gotten some of them ironed out. Like the game is like grotesque, but it's gonna be weird. Also, this is an interesting thing. We start up. Choose your language: English or Francois or French, I guess. Weird. If that's not an indicator to you that the Ultimate Ninja games were being phased out for Europe, I'm not sure what is, because remember, the following game has been translated, but only released in Europe. So, yeah, that's weird. I'm going to guess it's just because Storm was a lot more of like the focus for the States, and they didn't want anything else eating into its sales. Yeah, rest in peace, Gekito Ninja Tyson Special, which came out either like a month or two before or after just Storm 2 released. So, yeah, have Borderline no chance. Anyway, intro, enjoy with the... Yeah, let's just turn the lines off. Fuck it, enjoy. So that's pretty wild, wasn't it? Anyway, let's return emulator to how it's supposed to be. Also, heads up, I may have a hack going that actually turns this game into pure 16:9. If yeah, right about here actually. Yeah, so I have a hack that makes this game into 16:9. It's not perfect. There's some kinks to be worked out. Again, this is the emulator for the PS2 is good, but it's not pristine, if you guys might drift. By the way, this is a great tile screen. Can I point that out? Like, this is really well framed. That logo is pretty good. No, we're doing the intro. Hang on, no, not quite. Not presently. Okay. So, this game is also a little bit complicated because it takes more than a few elements from Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. And if you remember anything about Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, it's that the Collectathon ahoy. Well, you know what? Hold up. Let's create new save data since we're gonna be doing that. It's gonna be a fresh save. We can't. From what I've seen, I don't believe you can New Game Plus with the Master Mode. Oh, by the way, I've completed Master Mode. I have not actually yet touched Hero Mode. I need to do that. My time to practice this game has been extremely sparse with the little thing called Guilty Gear Strive, the Mass Effect trilogy, Pokemon Volt White 2. Catch all this stuff on Twitch, by the way. Well, except Mass Effect. Anyway, I will load my actual save file for a second, just to show you like what we're dealing with here. If you remember Ultimate Ninja 3, by the way.
I'm so glad you came. Well then, lay to your heart's content.
God, I love you. Also, return of Mary Elizabeth McGlynn as Tsunade. This might sound weird. Like, if you're used to Storm, you're probably more used to her voicing Tsunade in, or the actual voice actors for Tsunade voicing her in those games. Now, back in these games, it's just Mary. Might seem incredibly weird. I'm gonna guess union rates. That's my best guess as to why that was the case. But anyway, just gonna go collection really fast. Most of what you get through completion of the master mode is mainly just in let's see, character. It's in these dioramas. If you remember back in the day for Ultimate Ninja, not Storm, just original, you get like these cute little dioramas. Unfortunately, these ones don't have cool animations to them, so that's very unfortunate, but hey, it's kind of cool. Oh boy, this could be a theme. It's generally pretty cool stuff. Like, I'm not gonna complain about any of this. This is fairly neat. Oh man, Odd Beast. Yep. God, it's also weird to say that with the benefit of hindsight. The more I see that there really was like the setup for Shippuden to be extremely good, especially with the opening arc of saving Gaara, but it kind of falls off a cliff. Is that wrong to say? I kind of get that feeling more and more. But anyway, let's go ahead and stop for real now. Load game. For record, I don't believe there's up transfer of save files from Ultimate Ninja 3. There might be, but again, playing simulators, so I'm not sure offhand. Well, let's just go ahead and fire this bad boy up. Also, the return of the unique intros. Cool stuff. Also, yeah, the load times are gonna be extremely fast. This isn't loading off of my SSD. It's loading off the regular hard disk drive, but again, PS2 game, it's fucking microscopic, so it doesn't really matter. Actually, I do want to test something out really fast. No Rio, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna go fuck myself then. Also, if you're wondering about what's up with all the lines on the characters, it has to do with upscaling. It's basically like the emulator is trying to like upscale these portraits, but it's like not doing a perfect job. So like segments that are animated separately are showing up as such. It's weird. I can't do too much about it. I've done what I could to fix this. If anyone in the comments below wants to tell me actually if there's ways to further fix this, I would more than appreciate that. There's a very good chance that this game is going to be very much still recording by the time you see it. Actually, you know, if I'm being honest, I might as well just go ahead and show this in advance. Hey, Bob, what day are you recording this right now? You're usually good about recording a game a couple weeks in advance. And this is probably going up. Yeah, I am kind of behind, boys. So, yeah, by all means, share with me in the comments things about the game, and I'll probably incorporate it in the future. Maybe you guys will know more about this than I do, because frankly, there's very little resource for this game. Also, I love these. I love this 4x3 picture and the birds that come in flying in the back. This is actually kind of funny. I don't even mind this. This is actually kind of hilarious. All right, master mode. So, weird stuff. Why are there two modes in this game, Bob? And why do you keep bringing them up? Well, master mode is essentially open world. Bob, what do you mean by that? Yeah, that's literally what I'm talking about. It's insanity. Okay, so just starting it off, you might remember this. God. And the older I get, the more I look back on this and I'm just like, man, this looks worse the more and more I look at it, because Sasuke does not acknowledge the fact that, yeah, Orochimaru wants to steal your fucking body. It'd be hard to get revenge on Itachi if he does that, because effectively dead and alive, yeah, that's juicy. But I won't fault this fight. The biggest crime of this fight still to me is just the fact that nothing really happens after Curse Mark level 2 Sasuke activates. Still pretty, even though this gets diluted by the fact that we see that like 3 more times in, you know, Shippuden. Am I alone for thinking that? Like, the more you see something, the less its original impact has, because it then just feels like progression. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Oh Jesus, we're foreshadowing that. You'll see what I mean. Produced by CyberConnect 2. Shout out to the fact that CyberConnect 2 is now free of Naruto and they can do whatever they want. And what are they doing? Well, they're not making more .hack. They're instead shifting to Demon Slayer. I guess if you're a fan of Demon Slayer, good for you. Cool. Alright. Oh, the return of the leaf metaphors. Oh boy. Ah, yes, and new characters Aoi and Tsubaki. You'll remember them from Storm 2, actually. They were in the post-game filler content, because that game would love to tie together a bunch of stuff. And also just a bunch of other characters. Kirk Thornton, JB Blanc, Mary. This really is like a who's who of like the mid-late 2000s voice actors in California, isn't it? Oh my god, Black Shadow's voiced by Lex Lang. I didn't realize that. Naruto. Oh, hey, Dad, what's up? Not that much. Maybe like a year and a half, because this is still in the middle of training. I assume Naruto's like been out for a year and a half. You know, if you wanted to elaborate on these more, you could totally do that. I'm just saying. The tale we're about to tell is a small yet irreplaceable part of Naruto's memories. You know, if please give him more human moments. I've read porn that characterizes Naruto better than Kishimoto has characterized Naruto. Not kidding about that, by the way. There's some really good stuff out there. Anyway. Oh my god, my wife and I had a talk about that the other day. That was hilarious. Oh hey, this chapter is just called Black Shadow. How about that shit? You'll probably remember that Aoi does bring up the Black Shadow in Storm 2. And that does come to fruition. That is going to be... I'm going to be honest. Like, Alex was kind of hyping me up in the chat while I was streaming this game and practicing it for playing it for the first time. I'm going to be honest. This original story mode for Naruto is actually pretty good. Like, if I'm being honest, I think with the power of hindsight, I think shorter arcs that are more character driven and focused work way more for Naruto than longer arcs do. Because like as much as I love Hidan and Kakuzu with their arc with Naruto and Rasen Shuriken, like it was so scatterbrained. Like it didn't focus on Naruto as a character. Part of why I love Pain so much. Anyway. Oh boy, new outfit and giant massive scrolls on his back, which unfortunately never really get utilized, but hey, it's a cool design. Also, shout out to the fact that me and chat were constantly going on about, yeah, Naruto in just a black t-shirt actually looks really good. Like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm so tired of the orange and black jumpsuit of Storm. Not quite. Of Shippuden, but like, this outfit looks really good. Like, it's sleek, it's streamlined, it's lightweight. He looks like he's actually fucking training.
I guess I was pretty tired.
However...
Oh, David Lodge, I miss you.
It seems like your training went well.
Excuse me. Also, yeah, that is a pretty good improvement right there. Remember how let's see, it was during the fight with Kabuto that he managed to drill Kabuto into a pretty burly boulder and managed to rip halfway through it, and then he used it Rasengan again on a water tower and blew it the fuck out from the back. Sasuke's jealousy notwithstanding, and now he's able to drill through a boulder. Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
You've managed to keep up with whatever I've thrown at you lately.
Yeah, I really had some trouble at first, though.
I think you might be ready to proceed to the next step.
Okay, I don't want to interrupt this too much, but this is going to bring up a thing that Chad and I were actually talking about. I'm going to mention Twitch a lot, by the way, because that was a very fun experience when you play a game for the first time on Twitch. So really, when you think about it, Naruto's training with Jiraiya didn't really yield main results outside of A, better physical stamina, obviously, B, better use of Shadow Clone Jutsu, and C, the Odama Rasengan, aka Giant Rasengan. Sorry, I'm very familiar with Naruto Shippuden in subs. I didn't watch dubs until way later after it was launched. Sorry, it's a force of habit, but like when you think about, like, you think Jiraiya would have pushed Naruto way further in training, like tapping into the tapping into Kurama's chakra a little more, maybe teaching him actual, you know, chakra nature manipulation. How did they never cover that, by the way? God. Still blows me away too that it takes a little half of Shippuden to actually start explaining chakra natures. Oh my god. Anyway, sorry, I'm ranting.
What is it? Some new kind of training?
Here.
I love how completely rigid he is, by the way. Also, yes, again, this is a 16:9 hack. The gameplay itself is going to be perfect 16:9. Graphics, however, are not perfectly transitioned, if you catch my drift.
What's this? Prayer beads?
Right.
Hey, you guys remember the whole weighted clothes aspect of Dragon Ball Z?
So, what kind of training is this anyway?
Man, these anal beads are kind of weird. I'm sorry.
Hey, slow down. Sealing jutsu. 4 limbs waiting seal.
Oh god damn it, Jiraiya, the last time you used the sealing jutsu on Naruto, you unfucked Orochimaru's sealing jutsu.
Finished.
So, like I said, what kind of training is this? Oh!
Yep, there we go.
What's going on? Whoa, this is really heavy.
All right. Quit flapping your gums already.
Could you imagine Naruto actually being shown to do physical fucking training?
Needs using jutsu. Of course, not just any weight.
Yeah, it sure is heavy. But what kind of training am I gonna do like
Now,
this?
I would like to bring attention to the fact that this is borderline the exact same training that Rock Lee went through. You know, remember how he dropped the ankle weights and all of a sudden he was fast enough to literally like aftermatch himself for Angara? You remember that? Would it be cool if he could have that happen to Naruto until he gets the yellow flash aspect later on with Kurama, but you know details.
Nothing special. Just keep doing what you've been doing. That will be your training. And now, as you gain a certain amount of power, the color of those beads will change.
This is obviously for the player, of course.
Eventually, they'll turn red to signify the end of your training.
Cool. I love how you can actually see his arms like struggling underneath the weight.
When they glow red, come find me and I'll take them off. And once the weight comes off,
Time chamber training over.
you'll be exponentially more powerful than you are now.
It's funny how this is such rudimentary training, but it's actually kind of like, how do we not see this more? Seriously.
Oh, sweet! I can't wait to get started.
Huh. I guess that's all I need to explain for now. Let's keep moving forward.
Also, seriously, how did Jiraiya never actually bother to teach Naruto Sage Mode? Even if Jiraiya himself wasn't great at it, like maybe Naruto could have been better?
There should be a
Question
village
mark?
here somewhere. We'll head there for now.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna give it my best shot.
Woo!
These things are pretty heavy.
This is kind of funny. Okay,